Alrighty, so we have the Greenworks bike out of the package. The framing and the packaging, not as good as the Ego. The Ego had a far superior packaging material and put into the box. This reminded me a lot of Chinese quads, and I'll tell you why. You can look at the bolts, and anybody who has a Chinese quad recognizes these little rust magnets. So the superiority of the build quality will go to the Ego, but again, we got this bike for $1,000, literally less than half of what the Ego costs. So if price matters to you, Greenworks has the big thumbs up. Quality matters to you, the Ego is better. So with that said, let's look at the differences. One of the big differences is going to be noticing you have an open skeleton, no plastic bodywork like you have with the Ego. One of the other things, looks like your traditional mini bike. This looks more like a Grom, the Ego here. They do both come with full working electrical LED headlights and tail lights. The big difference being that this is activated by a power switch, no keyed ignition. Kind of worrisome there. You do get a keyed ignition, but again, Ego decided to make every key exactly the same, so anybody who has an Ego can access your bike. So not sure how much security is there, but it also keeps kids from wandering on the bike when you don't want them to. This, they can just hop on, hit the button and go. The display is very, very nice for the Ego. As you can see, it tells you everything you need to know, including a ready button for going. You have your high brights, low beams. You have a horn, reverse. The reverse is very slow on the Ego. You have a ready button that go ahead and activate it once you kick up your kickstand down here. You have your sport, your regular normal mode, and your economy mode. Sport being the highest mode. You have full hydraulic brakes in the front and the rear. Now we move over to this bike from Greenworks. You got hydraulic brakes, which is nice. Lower quality stuff though, as you can see. And again, if you have a Chinese quad or Chinese motorcycle or dirt bike, this is what they use. And you can see the higher quality material is used on the Ego. You have a nice display, gives you basically your battery, mileage, mile per hour, and then your drive mode. There isn't a lockout, so if you have the kickstand down, you can still move. So a lot of the safety features you get with the Ego, you don't get with this bike. That's a plus and a minus to me, especially if you have kids around. You have two modes, you have economy and you have sport, and then you have drive, neutral, and reverse. I will tell you the reverse on this is full speed, so you have to be careful. Second, this does feel far torquier off the line than the Ego does. The Ego has power, but this has more. I can tell you that right now, at least off the line. Even though the top speed is 28 miles an hour in the Ego and only 25 on the Greenworks. Your batteries are stored in here. Again, everything is very, very flimsy, unfortunately, on this bike. You know, it is $1,000, even though it was on sale, $1,500 not on sale. You do get a Bluetooth speaker. I don't know what it sounds like. We're going to go ahead and test it and see what how that works out for us. And again, you get the hydraulic brakes in the front and the rear. And again, these are not as good quality as what you're going to find on the Ego. So everything's kind of, I want to say bargain basement, but you're getting more bang for your buck because you're getting a lot of the features that you get on the Ego for half the price. You also get the headlight, which is nice. Anybody who's seen these kind of Chinese headlights, they are bright, they still work well. You have a CFL around the edge, just like you do on the Ego, except we're going to test and see which one has brighter headlights. I'm tending to think the Ego will, but we'll see. You have steel wheels, you have aluminum wheels on the Ego. They are tubeless tires, and these are low pressure tires. So these are like quad tires, 10 PSI is all they take. You have dual shocks in the back instead of the mono, and the singular shock on the swing arm for the Ego. You have some storage space down here. You have a grab bar, but you do not have the longer seat. So we, added the pegs in the back of that one to put somebody on the back. You're riding with your kids. You can't really do it this bike. I mean, technically, I guess you could sit them up on the tank and ride like that because of the way that the weight is distributed a little bit different. Also, they're about the same length, not a big difference between the two there. And yeah, we're going to get in some future tests here. Just wanted to go over the basics. Also, too, you do have a lockable container where you can store a battery, an extra battery, and the Ego. I guess you can strap one down here. if you wanted to do that. So far, initial impressions, the Ego is a premium product. The Greenworks is a good bang for your buck product. Not necessarily cheap, but not, you know, what you would expect, you know, paying, you know, over $1,000. You generally want to see a little bit nicer quality. But you kind of get what you get. And again, these are available at Tractor Supply for $1,000. Ego, they're $2,300, so they're dramatically more money. With that said, please put your questions and comments in the below, and I will go ahead and base my testing on what you guys request. We will do side-by-side, we'll do braking tests, we'll do how long these batteries will last testing, you know, and it'll be with me. I weigh 235 pounds. So you're really going to put this thing at the max of what it can do, because these are only rated both at 220 pounds, but we've already put far more weight on the Ego than that. And also we have a second Ego, a higher mileage one, so maybe the higher mileage one will be more comparable to the Greenworks, who knows. But overall, again, nice looking bike. I can't complain about the way it looks. Kind of looks kind of neat. It was a little bit taller seat, again, on the Ego. But initial drive impressions, those are to come. We will do a full review here after. Again, comments, subscribe. Let's see what you guys want to see, and let's put together a actual real a test between these two bikes. And, you know, again, I'm here to kind of answer your questions. So like, subscribe, and share. Have a great day.